Hey y'all, welcome back to the Bedroom Spice Unfiltered. I'm your host, Deshawn. So if you are new here, thank you for tuning in. This is the channel where we have real, raw, unfiltered conversations about dating, relationships, sex, and everything people feel, but they just too scared to say out loud. So if you like a little honesty, a little controversy, if you love conversations that might hit a nerve, um, go ahead and make sure you tune in, subscribe, and stay tapped in because over here we get into some real hot topics. All right. So let's talk. I'm going to say something that a lot of people don't want to hear, and it might not apply to everybody, but if this one hits you, it's going to hit you for a reason. Now, some of y'all actually want a good man. No, I'm sorry. Some of y'all don't want an actually good man. You only want a man that you can control. And listen, I didn't just wake up and come to that conclusion for no reason. This is things that I have seen, things I've experienced, and the patterns, um, the patterns that keep showing up over and over again. I've sat back and I've watched situations where somebody will say, I just want a good man. I want somebody loyal, consistent, respectful. I want somebody who communicates. I want somebody who treats me right. And on the surface, that does sound solid, right? Because that's basically what a lot of us should want. I would hope that's what all of us want. But then I watch what happens when that man actually shows up and out. It's like something shifts. So now it's like he's too nice, or he's boring, or he's doing too much, or I don't know, it just feels off. And I used to be confused by that. I used to be like, how do you go from asking for something to not wanting it when it's right in front of you? But then I started paying closer attention and I realized that for some people, it's not about the man being good. It's about the control they have in that situation. Because when you've dealt with chaos for so long, it's like you learn to navigate it. You learn how to read it. You learn how to move around it. You know when to pull back, when to chase, and when to give attention, and when to withdraw. It's like it's a rhythm to dysfunction. But when something healthy comes up, there's no game to play, right? And that's what draws us apart. There's no guessing. There's no emotional roller coaster. And instead of that feeling peaceful, it feels unfamiliar. A lot of people mistake unfamiliar for being wrong. So now you're in a situation where somebody is consistent, and instead of appreciating it like we should, we begin to question it. It's like we're trying to find the wrong in a situation. We're waiting for that person to mess up. We're waiting for the switch up. We're uncomfortable because they're not doing something wrong. It's because that we are not in control, and that's what we want to be. We want to be in control. Now, I've seen this play out in real life, not just online conversations. I've seen women lose interest in the men that the moment they realize that they can't control him or move him the way that they want to. The moment the man starts to have boundaries and starts to say no instead of saying yes all the time. The moment that he doesn't just go along with everything. It's like now we see him as the problem. Now it causes tension in that relationship. And now it's like, oh, me and him are not compatible. But let's be honest, is it really incompatibility, or is it the fact that we're not used to somebody that can't be controlled? Because there's a difference. There's a difference between a man being difficult and a man that's just not easy to manipulate. A lot of people don't see that. And trust me, I'm not saying this like I'm above it. Like, I haven't had to check myself too, because trust and believe I have. Because if I'm being real, there were times where I had to look at my own patterns and ask myself, do I actually want peace, or do I want something that I can manage? Because control feels safe. It feels predictable. It feels like you won't get hurt if you're the one that's steering everything, right? But that's not how real relationships work. Real relationships require two people who both have a voice. They both have boundaries. They both have standards. The communication is there between both people. And if you're used to being the one in control all the time, that can feel uncomfortable. It starts to feel like you're losing something, right? But what are you really losing? Is control, not connection. And I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong at. Because you'll say that you want a real man, but when a real man actually shows up, someone who leads himself, someone who stands on what he believes in, somebody who isn't easily influenced, etc., it's like you don't know how to deal with that, right? Because you're not used to it. Because he's not trying to be managed. He's not trying to be molded into what you want, right? He's showing up as as the person he is and expecting you to meet him now, right? But if you're not used to that, it could feel like friction. It could feel like something is off. It could feel like he's doing something wrong. But nothing is off. You're just not in control anymore. And the part that really might make people uncomfortable is some people are, some people are more attracted to control than they are connection, and they don't even realize that. But the reason people keep ending up in these certain situations is because situations, or those specific situations, give them a sense of power. And the moment that power is gone, so is the attraction. And it shouldn't be like that. That's why you'll see someone overlook a good man and go right back to somebody who confuses them, stresses them out, and keeps them guessing. Because at least in that chaos, they understand the game. And I'm telling y'all this, until you really sit with that and ask yourself some honest questions about what you're actually drawn to, you're just going to keep repeating those same patterns. You're going to have a different person with that same experience, that different face with that same frustration, different relationship with the same outcome. It's not just about what you say you want. It's about what you're actually comfortable with. And if you're one of those people that are more comfortable with control than you are real connection, then that's going to show up within you. That's going to show up in who you choose every single time. So before you keep asking, where are the good men? Because I know a lot of us, especially me, I know a lot of us ask that same question. Where are the good men? Maybe we just need to ask ourselves, if somebody showed up today, will we actually be able to receive that person for who he is and not make him out to be somebody that we want him to be? Or would you lose interest the moment you realize that you couldn't control him? Now, I already know this one is about to have people in the comments going back and forth. So let's just talk about it. Do people really want a good partner? Or do you want somebody that you can control? I want y'all to drop your thoughts in the comments because I'm reading everything. And if you're rocking with conversations like this, real, unfiltered, no sugarcoating, I want y'all to make sure you subscribe and stay tapped in with the Bedroom Spice Unfiltered. We have a whole lot more topics, hot topics coming. Thank y'all for tuning in.